Alright. Hello, and welcome, everyone. My name is Gluefoot. And I am drinking tea this morning. I don't know why that's become my intro, but I guess it is. Kind of advantage of doing an 8 a.m. stream is you're... Well, it's 8 a.m. for me. You're kind of just bound to whatever. I don't think my frontal lobe is fully turned on yet, so while that's the case, I am going to confront my fear. Or at least try to. And, not catch, but avoid, in fact, some anglerfish. I don't know, the more I just need to not think about it, because the more I think about confronting the anglerfish, the less I want to do it. Because it's kind of the last area of the ship log that I need to fill out. Yeah. So I don't know, I might just be getting into it. I mean, I still don't believe the whole anglerfish are blind thing. Even though it is, you know, what the game tells you. I don't know if there's some other cue I'm giving them. Oh, hey, Quantum Moon. That was early. Anglerfish, yeah. Used to play the game here. One player was the anglerfish and blindfold the rest of the children lined up against one wall. I just need... Anglerfish are blind. Yeah, I mean... Sure. Nomad constructed a temporary settlement beneath their crashed escape pod. Alright, the universe. Where was the mural? Number Twin, Brittle Hollow, and Dark Bramble, yeah. Right. You found the escape pod, you found the Know My Grave. I don't know, let's suit up and get in there. Okay, cool. Pretty safely out of the atmosphere. Is this gonna send me into the sun? Hopefully not. I think Dark Bramble's far. Nope, it's gonna send me into the sun. that was a quick change of pace. Just like nope, it's gonna send me into the sun, all right. Okay, we're clear. All right, well, all the lights are on in the room I'm in. So hopefully that'll like mitigate my fear somewhat. We're just going for this. Yeah, so the Know My Grave is the starting point always, I guess. turning this off, since I know I have to go to the Know My Grave. Sorry, I thought the red light was moving, and I think it is. But I don't know if it's just moving relative to me or if it's like moving in absolute coordinates. I think it's just moving relative to me. Anyway, it doesn't help that the music like changes, you know? Oh, right, because there's floating debris out here. I thought those were anglerfish, but no, it's just getting you used to moving objects, I guess. Okay, that debris is getting dangerously close. Doesn't help that the... It doesn't help that the red light gets continuously obfuscated. Oh, right, I need to fire the probe into the thing and follow the probe signal. There we go. Was that an anglerfish flying by? Come on. No, I think that was just a very suspicious looking piece of branch. Alright. Let's untrack the thing. Because we're here. I really don't want to do this. But I know I have to. Come on, you can do this. You can do this. You can fucking do this. Okay. It really doesn't seem to see me. So how do they... Okay, so actually here's the real question is how do they sense? If it's not through... It must be through sound. Alright, because last time I feel like they just like turned towards me. you know? And it scared the crap out of me. Alright. Come on, move, you suckers. Fuck! Ah! That's terrifying! They definitely saw me. Oh. Ugh. Okay, so I think I can just head straight into the red. But it definitely saw me. Okay. Shouldn't matter if the headlights are on, right? Can it sense the fuel? Do I have to get out of my ship? I might try getting out of the ship. Actually, I'm gonna try firing a scout. I think we'll do that first. That seems to be the more reasonable approach. Ah! Okay, well, there goes that cycle. Ugh, I hate this. I hate this so much. What the hell? Oh, just the teeth. How do I get around an anglerfish? This might be the one spoiler I look up. Okay. Alright, next thing to try is firing off a scout. Okay? Because I can do that, at least. Also, sorry if I peaked the mic. This is just very, very stressful. Please don't run me into the quantum moon. I don't know if I have to do, like, conditioning or what, but this is just a irrational fear of mine. You know? Like, I can't really control the fact that I just hate giant maws of teeth flying at me, you know? It's not really something that's like under my control. What's interesting is I do remember very early on going into the red, or at least like getting swallowed by an anglerfish and being afraid of dark bramble for a long time. I feel like that's maybe because of the because I went into the red, I guess, if that makes sense. Oh, that's just straight up an anglerfish. Okay, so there is one in here. How? How does it see me? Come on. Fucker. Oh, I guess I have to run it into obstacles. I don't know. Yeah, I'm out. I'm out. I'm freaking out. Just just put me down, Danny Elfman. Ugh. Alright, so the safe way to go. It's easier. Ugh. I hate all of this. It's easier to go into, it's safe to say, just heebie-jeebies. Safe to say that, so my current thought is that it's sound. But yeah, like, a safe way to get to the red is not to go straight for it, because there's an anglerfish around that one. But to go to the Know My Grave, and then go from there. Is how I think it's kind of, like, supposed to go, you know? But if it's sound, won't they detect just, like, my floating body? I don't know. This is a tough one. Not least of all because I'm just... Ugh. It's freaking scary, you know? Oh, no, I've not drifted too far. Okay. Rumor mode. Ash Twin Project. Okay, you know what? We're gonna focus on the Ash Twin Project, because that's less scary than anglerfish. Yeah. Warp tower alignment angles are not exact. Central chamber is physically sealed off by an immense thick protective shell. 22-minute negative time interval. Every memory recorded by Advanced Warp Core was approved for installation in the central chamber of Ash Twin. Okay, thank you. So we have confirmation that we can get there. So question is, how do we... I guess we get into the Black Hole Forge? Maybe? But it looks like Ember Twin, not Ash Twin, that it's aligning with. Yeah, I might... I might use a guide just because it's like, it's that scary to me. No, I need to go to Brittle Hollow. No, I should be fine. I'm passing by the sun right now, so... It's not going to be terribly dangerous to go to Brittle Hollow this way. Okay, cool, and there's already a decent size hole in the surface. Okay, Hanging City, here we go. I'm really not sure, like, what other way there is to get up here besides just, like, you know, using the ship to kind of, like, brute force the thing. Oh. Yeah, see, and this was the difficult part. Okay, anyway. Ash twin projection stone. Right, the alignment diagram. Okay, so where is a warp core? For me to, like, sync with. Yeah, it's not illuminating. Yeah, I guess the question is, where did the warp core from Ash Twin go to? Unless it was designed to be, like, warped out of and not into. See, I like putting on, like, my detective hat for stuff like this. It's just, I can't find any more information about the anglerfish. I just have to assume that they can't hear. And, like, that's what they're detecting me on, you know? Yeah, it's kind of living in my head rent-free. Anyway, I need a black hole core. But if I warp to Ash Twin... Sorry, Ember Twin... Is this Ember Twin or is this Ash Twin projection stone? Yeah, I admit I still don't really get it. Like, there's just some warp core that goes to Ash Twin. Or sorry, Ember Twin. I guess I could try the one on Ember Twin. Because the towers are on Ash Twin, right? Oh, but there's the whole celestial body thing. Right. Warp tower alignment angles are not exact. They only need to be within 5 degrees of the astral body center. Anyone stepping onto the warp platform during the active window will be immediately warped. Diagram depicting the alignment angle between the warp tower and its corresponding astral body. Yeah, the models are on Ash Twin. Every Nomai warp tower is tuned to a specific astral body. To use a tower, you must be standing on the warp platform during the tower's alignment with its corresponding astral body. The Nomai noted something strange. Arrive, negative time interval, yeah. It's all the quantum stuff. And highly advanced warp core. I admit I'm just kind of like jiggling things around until I come loose, which maybe now? Yep. Alright. Now the goal is to not free fall into the black hole. Oh, maybe they sense through like some kind of like thermal vision. I mean, not thermal vision necessarily, but you know, like thermal heat sense, and so that's why the jet set them off. I'm just trying to like make sure that my blindness thing is like ironclad before I attempt it again, you know? Because it's just that terrifying. To me, at least. This might collide me with the sun. Here we go. I think I'm good at this angle. Yeah, because I'm like directly perpendicular to the rotation. Or yeah, I was like on the rotation axis of it. On the orbital axis. Yeah. Near exactly. Oh, that's just to orient you. Whoop, nope, 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 nope. Okay, buddy. Okay, let's find the towers of the twins. Of the twin variety. And we're going to try to make conclusions from it. Except not while that's around. Because that's dangerous. Okay, so which one is Ember, which one is the Ash twin? Interesting that they both have warp cores. I don't know. I guess we wait for the twin to pop up overhead. Sun's getting kind of hot, though. Yeah, okay, I remember this now. The Ember and Ash twin, like, their centers are each considered the center of the two bodies. Did I just get warped into the frickin' sun? Oh, no, okay. I'm on... oh, I'm on Ember Twin. Crap. Okay, cool. I can make the return trip easy. Which one was I in? Anyway. Does seem that's the end. And I do need to wait for the towers to be uncovered. I need to wait like a good 5 minutes. So I'm gonna do that. As in, I'm just gonna wait. Because I think it's worth troubleshooting these to try to get inside the twin project. We'll see how it goes. I just need to make good note of like which one I warp from, so that if I make a return trip, I'm not like completely SOL, you know, and just like didn't make any conclusions from it. It would suck if I have to, like, chase... or, like, be chased by the anglerfish. That would be terrifying. They're just so big. Ugh. I just hate the anglerfish so much. So freaking much. I'm gonna check my latency. Actually, no. I can wait. Yeah. Yeah, getting chased by anglerfish. Freaking. Alright. I'm just gonna check latency real quick. Okay, so I can't change the latency while I'm live, but I am on low latency, which is good to know. You know, ship is a death trap, right? Sun is going supernova, by the way. You're lucky I don't have you grounded for medical. That's a good comeback to that. So the tea was not strong enough today. Also, I think since I'm still not ready to confront my fear of anglerfish, although, also maybe I've built it up a bit as like a fear of anglerfish when it's just like, look, it's just generally a scary thing. It's not necessarily like something to be uber scared of, you know? It's just like, it's there. It exists. I do want to watch the process start. I guess I do kind of need to be around the center to do that. Oh, here we go. It's kind of unceremonious, if I'm honest. As long as I'm not parked around the equator of this planet, I'll be fine. Oh, cool. I can actually, like, identify the little guys. Let's try 2 minutes. How are we looking? Okay, we're looking pretty good. I don't know. See, like, my choices, the way I see it, my choices are get over my fear. Or the fear I am experiencing. Because I am experiencing fear. Or look up a guide. Which also doesn't necessarily get me over my fear. But, like, my entire, well, not my entire goal with this game. My goal with this game was to have fun. But a goal with this game was to, like, not look up any guides. Because, like, that's, you know, what people say to do. And I've really enjoyed that so far, so I would hope to continue doing that. But, you know, if it's gonna, like, keep me from finishing the game, is it, like, really worth? You know what I mean? Okay, so we're gonna warp out of the broken tower first. That's how we're gonna do this. Yeah, the ship should be fine there. There's something of a, like, beautiful periodicity to like how all the system, literally how the system works. The system being the solar system of Outer Wilds. Just like with, you know, everything kind of orbiting each other, the quantum moon, like, it's a systemic beauty. And very enjoyable. Except for the fish. No thank you for the fish. So long and no thanks for the fish. Oh. No. Come on. Ugh. Okay, jeez. Tell me how you really feel. Alright, so I guess I need to wait until the stream dies down somewhat. So that I don't get sucked. Whatever. We'll try the unbroken one. I just remember there being a tidbit about the Hourglass Twins center being, because they're so close together, the center for the sake of warp core travel is the center of mass of the two bodies. Which is interesting. Because I have to look at it as well, but do they both continue... excuse me, do they both continually orbit around a single axis, or is like one kind of like dominant, in terms of the polar? Does like the dominance change, you know, as the sand shifts from one to the other? Is this yapping all to avoid dealing with anglerfish? Yes, absolutely. I will be very honest about that fact. Ugh. God, like, I'm not even sure it's a new fear. Like, this has been a thing since Finding Nemo, which, you know, is what the title is a reference to. Because they find out the address that we need. They know that they need to get to Sydney because of the goggles that they've been chasing the whole time, right? And then they like confront an anglerfish, essentially, and like that's you know. And that's what it do. Okay. So that's that. Let's go refill oxygen. That feels like a decent decision to make. So we can maybe park in a more secure spot. Yeah, I think I'm good. Hello, Krug. Welcome in. How are you today, actually? Let's just start there. I'm decently far into this game, maybe as maybe as would be indicated by doing, you know, 7 or so streams of it. Granted, they've only each been around 2 hours, and I might cut this one short, just because I'm not making much progress. Spoiler alert: there's anglerfish, and I need to get past them to uncover the ship's log, and like investigate all the rumors. Just watching people play because this is the only way I can play it again. Yeah, I'm sorry that... I mean, you can go back and watch the VODs of the other ones. I'm glad, though, that I can give people that other feeling. It's very, very nice to hear, actually. Thank you for the... I take that as a compliment, so thank you. Yeah, like, it's been an experience, honestly, playing all this and just kind of, like, discovering everything. To be honest, I didn't even start it on stream, but once I played it, I'm like, oh, like, this is actually great because I get to... like, I haven't been streaming super consistently. I tried my hand at streaming back in, like, 2022. And I played, actually, Yakuza 0, which was very fun. But I didn't finish that on stream either because it was just kind of becoming a bit of a slog, and I didn't really feel like I wanted to stream at the time. So I started making YouTube videos, made a bit of Destiny content, made a bit of anime content, and now I'm back to streaming again because Destiny is, you know, Bungie just seems hell-bent on making Destiny a problem. Sorry, getting distracted by... Ow. By getting sucked up into the other twin. Where was I? Right, Destiny and anime content. And, you know, I've decided that I just want to move away from that. And, honestly, like, sure, I don't get as many views on stuff. And granted, streams are harder to get views on than videos. That's a given. There we are. Alright, and here we go. Nope. Maybe up there. I don't think I can make it there. Yep, here we go. I guess maybe I need to wait for the stream to stop. And then that's when I can warp between them. Because that's definitely Ember Twin. I've made that conclusion now. I mean, the other game I've been playing, or I played yesterday at least for the first time, was Cloudpunk. Which is this, like, voxel cyberpunk game. Very stylized. It's just really relaxing. Like, the vibes are immaculate. It's the best way I can put it, genuinely. I guess I'll just hide in this nook until the stream between the twins stops flinging me into the air. Speaking of which, here it comes again. Let's see, let's see. Yeah, that's gonna ruin my day. Give myself a softer landing. Alright. I'm just gonna wait in that nook. Or maybe if I, like, thrust her down. I don't think that's enough to counteract the stream of sand, though. So why is there a dead Nomai here? That in and of itself is a very obscure thing. It's interesting watching this stuff because of how non-linear the game is, right? Like, one of the first things I did, actually, was go to Dark Bramble, if you remember that planet. And I went into the red light because I'm like, which one of these things doesn't belong? And it turns out in, like, the first layer of Dark Bramble, there's an anglerfish surrounding the red one, and I got eaten by an anglerfish, and I got super spooked for a long time and avoided it for a long time until I found out that the only way to get into the core of Giant's Deep, which is how you find out where the probe, or like you find the probe tracking module. The only way to get in there is to talk to Feldspar, who is on Dark Bramble. So it took me a while to figure out how the hell do I find Feldspar. And what I eventually realized is it's like, oh, all of the outer... Who wouldn't remember Dark Bramble? Yeah, at this point, it is the source of my nightmares. Genuinely. Yeah, who couldn't forget? Yeah, I should really stop being like, oh, if you remember Dark... Like, everybody who's played this game, I've not come across a single person who's been like, oh, yeah, I remember that. Unless it's like some small, obscure detail. Like people might not remember the name, although this isn't really small or obscure, but like I was talking to someone who hadn't played the game super recently, and like they couldn't remember the name of Brittle Hollow, for example. Here we go. Wow. Sorry, I'm just really stunned that that worked. Retrieve data from previous cycles. Okay, so I don't have long to do this. Giant's Deep Memory Statue, Timber Hearth Memory Statue. Okay. 4 minutes until end of cycle transmission. I don't have a projection stone on me. Probably could have brought one here. I can't put that mask dump on there. Alright, let's see what else there is. Okay, cool. Text. Hopefully it pauses the timer. Today we finished the excavation of Ash Twin. Here in this scene we carved. We will craft our ambitious project yet. Ash Twin Project. Powerful enough to send information back in time. We've also finished relocating all subterranean plants we met while digging. We'll need to keep our eyes on how significantly we've altered the environment here. How far we've come since our experiment at the High Energy Lab. I can still hardly believe Raimi's hypothesis was true. Poke just sent the warp core for the final tower to us from the Black Hole Forge. Now Ash Twin can be connected with Giant's Deep, where Cassava is working on Avens to craft the orbital probe cannon, where Phlox is sculpting memory statues. Hypothesis. It was not by accident that the core of our warp tower was the last to be forged. Hypothesis. The cores could have been forged faster if Cassava had interrupted my work less frequently to ask for updates. The important point is we are all connected through Ash Twin now, and that I'm no longer needed for mediating your disagreements. Mood. Our friends on Giant's Deep tested the orbital probe cannon today. Mallow tells me the cannon is doing well, and that Avens advocates for more launch power. If anyone can coax the maximum power from a device, Avens can. But then, if anyone can goad a device into exploding, that, too, is likely Avens. Perhaps I should check in with the orbital probe cannon crew in the interest of safety. It would help to remind Avens that Mallow, his love, will be one of the Nomai aboard the cannon, or is Mallow part of the problem? Phlox and Daz finished the memory statues today, and they're truly remarkable. When the Ash Twin project succeeds, or in the event it fails, the memory statues will activate, allowing us to gather more data before we shut down the project. Pi and Idea have worked hard on the Sun Station, and it is at last complete. If everything goes as planned, this structure will prompt the Sun's explosion, which will in turn supply the power the Ash Twin requires. I'm impressed by their mental fortitude. This was the project's most difficult task in more ways than one. We're nearly ready to activate the Ash Twin project. Here's what will happen. First, the Sun Station will receive the order to fire at the Sun, prompting it to explode. Using the energy from the resulting supernova, the Ash Twin project will send the order for the orbital probe cannon to fire back in time by 22 minutes. Using the energy for... yeah, okay. Exactly 22 minutes after these orders are received, the Sun Station will again trigger the supernova to send the probe data from this cannon launch back in time. In total, the cycle created by Ash Twin project will last precisely 22 minutes. We can end this cycle at will. These words are difficult to write. The Sun Station did not work. We already knew this. However, this is the closest we've ever been. The Ash Twin project is theoretically sound. We were only unable to power it. Perhaps there is another way. Suppose we redesign the Sun Station. To generate power of that magnitude, a supernova is still our only viable option. I believe we can still find a way to create a supernova, my friend. Don't lose hope. This is easier expressed than accomplished. You can wait for the sun to explode on its natural timeline if you prefer, Idea, but you'll need to find some way to halt our aging process. We are halting our research into creating a supernova for this moment. A comet has newly arrived in this solar system, and we're anxious to explore it. It's been a very long time since we last explored somewhere new, so we're excited to welcome this comet. Imagine what knowledge might be gained there. I see. Okay. Projection stones. Oh my god, I need to read these quickly. I've installed the masks inside the Ash Twin Project flocks. They look beautiful, although I do feel as though I'm being observed. Maybe I've read this already. It's comforting to know the statues will not pair until the project succeeds. Otherwise, I imagine the experience would be hard to endure. Ideally, they'll only need to activate once the project succeeds. As a safety measure, however, the statues will also activate in the event of equipment failure. They will? Why is that? If anything goes wrong with the Ash Twin Project, the statues, and their masks, will make us aware of the situation and enable us to fix it. Otherwise, it would be possible for us to remain permanently unaware of the problem. I hadn't thought of that. It would be profoundly horrific fate, that would be. I see. Okay, so that's probably what happened to, Solanum, the Nomai on the, Quantum Moon. My gratitude for the latest shipment, Oano. This ore should be the last we'll need for the Ash Twin Project. Once we finish the shell that seals off the central chamber, we'll check to ensure that there are no longer any physical entrances. Remy and I will be checking the interior and then exterior for cracks, our final safety check. This is exciting news. I can offer an extra set of eyes for this final check, specifically mine. Oh, I think I've read this before. Delighted to help. I'd be grateful if you would. The more eyes, the better. Disaster, yeah. Okay, so I think this indicates that I've read this. I have good news, Yara. The advanced warp core is ready. Yep. I'm intrigued, love. Everyone here working on the Ash Twin Project decided to see it? Yeah, I've read this. Okay. Core's durability could still be improved. Yeah. Okay, so the green indicates that I've read whatever text is going on. God, this is interesting. Oh, here we go. Artificial gravity control. I do not want to turn off the artificial gravity. I might need to, but I don't want to. Oh. Oh, I'm gonna need to come back here, because this music is starting. About to access the core while the Ash Twin Project is active. Moving the core will disable the Ash Twin Project. Uh-oh. Okay, so that's the end game. That's after I've discovered everything. I mean, I'm not going to remove the core, but I'm going to turn off the artificial gravity. Okay, that's not catastrophic. What, does it give me a prompt or something? I like the 4-eye smile. That's cheeky. I'm not removing that. I still have the vessel to explore. Okay, cool. So I get to see it activate. It's pretty neat. Oh, I guess if I survive the supernova and I'm just like in desolation, like there's nothing more to do. Yeah, so you can survive inside there. So that's interesting that you can just, like, shut off the game. Alright. I don't know. Krug, what do you think? Should I... So my thing is, should I look up a guide for how to get around the anglerfish? Because I'm just paralyzed afraid of them. Like, that's not even a joke. Like, I literally, like, you know, once I end this stream, you can go back and look. About 15 minutes in, I head into Dark Bramble, and, like I said, source of my nightmares. Sun is going supernova, by the way. Yeah, the observatory has an exhibit about that. Here for the rocket science and marshmallows. Alright, you know what? Let's go chill at the observatory. Don't look up a guide. I hate that you're right. That's the thing, is that I know you're right, that I shouldn't look up a guide. But I just really dislike the anglerfish that much, is the thing. That I'm willing to, like, ruin... I can tell you... No, so the thing is, I know the anglerfish are blind. I saw the symbol. Or I saw the fossil. So, like, that information's already known to me. The issue is that they still, like, turn towards me when I'm in the ship. Or refresh my memory. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so the lag's catching up. Yeah, so I know that they're blind. The thing is, I'm just afraid to get out of my ship. And like, try that, you know? That's kind of the thing. It's like, I know they're blind. The issue is I don't know what sense they're using to detect me. I just know that it's not sight. So it's either sound or, like... I mean, obviously touch, so I can't, like, brush up against them. Which would make... you know... would make a good case for... getting out of the ship, right? Because I make less noise, I don't produce as much heat. There's not, like, an electric field going on. So... yeah. What does this say? 0G training? Okay. I feel pretty comfortable with that. Do I just need to walk around to get the observatory? I wanna read some of the stuff in there again. Need a little hint? I could use a little hint, if I'm honest. If nothing else, just to help with the fear portion. Although I was thinking about calling the stream anyway. Oh, Hornfels. Statue opened its eyes. I found feldspar. And they're in dark bramble stars above. This is wonderful news. Thank you for finding them. Didn't immediately join you on your ship when... is incredibly feldspar of them? We were never entirely sure what feldspar was thinking back then either. Still, we ought to fish them out of that dreadful place with haste. I'll radio Gossin and have them prepare a ship. It should really be Gossin who brings feldspar home. And thank you again. Live and unharmed. No, my statue eyes are open. Oh, what does this say? Rock's lack of atmosphere will make calibration simple. Pottery. Oh, right. No, my bones, the probe, the gravity stuff. Oh, wait, there's an anglerfish exhibit? So yeah, so that's the thing about Dark Bramble. So I did get to, I've gotten to Feldspar's camp, I've gotten to the Nomai grave. Literally the only thing is, so when I shot, because there's a like little seed around the Nomai grave. I can actually just go back to the ship's log and that might make it easier. was found attached to the landing gear of one of our spaceships that flew close to dark places with minimal atmosphere. I guess that is kind of a sign that they're blind, but it doesn't give much more hints than that. Fuse with carbon, heavier elements, collapse. Based on Church's observations, this will one day be the fate of our own sun. So I know that Dark Bramble essentially is like a Matryoshka doll of chambers. What's this? Future site of our next exhibit. Quest to explore the furthest reaches of the solar system. Yeah. So I know that bit about Dark Bramble where that's the DLC exhibit. I figured. I also know that the DLC is like more horror oriented, so I don't know if I'm gonna try that. But I do need to like complete stuff first, so. And by stuff I mean Dark Bramble. Right, I'm just gonna get to the ship. And kind of like show you, Krug, what I've explored. Very easily scared and I beat both the DLC base. Alright, well, that's reassuring. It's worth it to try. Yeah, thank you for the encouragement. Genuinely. It's interesting that you can't go inside the houses, but still cool that they put all the detail work into them. DLC has reduced frights, options, and settings. Oh, okay, that's actually nice. Isn't it like kind of like Lovecraftian though? I got the vibes that the DLC is a little Lovecraftian. What? Oh, so it's literally just to discover the Zero-G cave. Wouldn't say that? Okay. Auto chamber. Alright, screw it. Let's go to the Zero-G cave. Also, Krug, I hope you don't mind if I don't try the Dark Bramble again today. I've already tried it twice, and I don't think my heart can take anymore, if I'm honest. Not super old or anything, just it's a lot. Especially because I like just woke up. It's all good, thank you. Appreciate the understanding. Yeah, it sounds like you do understand, from what you've been describing. Oh, right, I was gonna kind of show you, like, how far I'd gotten in Dark Bramble, specifically. So, I'm actually gonna do that before I F off to the Zero-G cave and, just complete the ship log. Yeah, oh boy, do I understand. Yeah, right, that's the thing, is that, like, I keep, like, hedging my bets and being like, oh, you know, like, this, that, or, yeah, I'm sure that you did it, whatever. Okay, right, so here's where I am in terms of rumors, right? So I've gone to the Know My Grave and Escape Pod 3. Right, so, like, I've gone into the, like, layers of Dark Bramble where those are. I've also, let's see, I've also gone to Feldspar's camp. Yeah, Church's camp, Sunless City. Church's camp's not really connected to anything. Interesting that this whole thing isn't connected to the rest of the web of rumors, despite Ash Twin Project mentioning that Yara would go to the Interloper, which is where the ruptured core was. But I know, at least from, like, my ability to deduce that, like, that's the source of dark matter, or ghost matter, excuse me, in the solar system. Where was Feldspar's camp? Anglerfish fossil, old settlement. Was it over here? Yeah, Feldspar's camp. Space doesn't work the same. Dark Bramble, yeah, I already knew that. So yeah, I've been to Feldspar's camp. Went through that whole thing. Went to the core of the ocean depths. Found the probe tracking module. Found the coordinates for the Eye of the Universe. Can't really do much with it. Yeah, I don't want to remove the core of the Ash Twin project until I'm confident I've filled out everything else. More specifically, that I have the achievement, unless I can't get the achievement without it, but like there's an achievement to fill out the entire ship log. Pretty far in. Yeah, I figured. Cause it used to give like those dots, and sometimes still did, even if it doesn't work out like on the Quantum Grove where it's like, oh, there's still more to explore here. Yeah, I've been to the 6th location on the Quantum Moon. Haven't entered... I don't know if entering the Eye of the Universe is possible. That's one of the reasons I'm hesitant to look up a guide. Is I don't necessarily want a spoiler for that. Because while that is... That is a fear that I can and kind of have conquered. I sort of went into the Eye of the Storm at the 6th location. I'm not sure I did it right, but I basically just like warped right back next to Solanum. Yeah, so filling out the ship log is kind of annoying. Yeah, right, because like there's stuff like this, right, where it's like the 0G cave that was just not mentioned. Like, it wasn't mentioned that there was more to explore or anything, but it's like, oh, yeah, 0G cave. And I only got that to pop up because I read a note on on the sign. But, like, more than filling out the ship's log, I do mostly just want to visit the vessel. I just want a way that I'm, like, more confident in that doesn't require getting screamed at by anglerfish because, ugh, the teeth, man. I think it's the teeth. I don't know exactly what it is that makes me fear them, but you know, like the title would suggest, my fear of anglerfish comes from Finding Nemo, or not comes from, but you know, is helped in no small part by Finding Nemo, and that being a very formative part of phobias. Yeah, like, all right, 0G cave. Let's just go there. Museum shard. I should go around identifying all the signals truly. Like all the quantum signals. They stay quiet. They stay quiet when you learn how to avoid them, which is reassuring. Yeah, I figured, because they would stay quiet. Like, so the last stream I did on this, which was a week ago, I basically got into, I realized, like, I needed to go in to, like, the red light, to find the vessel, because that was where the probe was leading me, essentially. And I went in, and what kind of, like, spooked me was the anglerfish immediately turned towards me. Just, like, the RNG was such that, or maybe it wasn't RNG, but, you know, it was such that, like, I drifted close enough to them in my ship. Right, I'm headed to the 0G cave. They just immediately turned towards me, and I noped out of there. Like I literally just hit reverse on the ship, and went out. And like it's not like the blindness is a lead. I will grant that. I think that maybe the way to do it is to actually come to think of it, turn off your game audio, blast Freebird, and go and scream. I might do that, actually. I could just take out my headphones and then play Freebird on my mic. I mean, I'm not monetized, so like I don't really lose much from playing copyrighted audio. A little nervous, yeah. And nearly put a new crater in the moon. Hey, I've gotten better. Which is definitely not a piece of broken mining equipment set up in 0G. Ah, okay. Sure, we'll repair this satellite. Cool, get to it and try not to cuss yourself right before your first launch. I guess I haven't actually been inside the 0GK. Oh, this is the ore. This is the ore. I'm starting to make the connections now. It's not that this is like a star painting. It's that this is literally the ore. On the inside of the Ash Twin project. Zero G cave up. Oh, okay, they have a suit here for me. Oh, hello. Tough stuff. Getting some 0G time in. You don't look fine. I might genuinely take your suggestion, by the way, Krug. I like seriously, like that's actually kind of genius. Just turn off game audio, blast Freebird, and go in screaming. Like that is exactly the energy I need to confront this with. And it would also make for a great content. Not that I'm like trying to prioritize like quote unquote great content. I do think that just like finding one's own voice fit, but like come on, like it's a meme, which is, you know, why you suggest it, but like, oh, that's a great idea. That I'm gonna at the very least bring that energy into the rest of my day. Like I'm just like constantly, well, not constantly listening to Freebird, but you know, that idea that it's like there's a 13-minute guitar solo going on, or yeah, like I'm just gonna hit it. You don't look fine. Well, you know that I hate that cave, so I don't know why you're making talk about it. Now I've got hand sweats. Now I've got hand sweats. Tough. Ugh. 0G cave. Can experiment with audio off. That's how I figured out. Honestly, good idea. Like, what was it that I was thinking of? Oh, right. So I play Honkai Star Rail. Surprise, surprise. Person who likes anime and video games plays a gacha game. Oh, I should ask Tough what he's doing. Can I even get back there? It's pretty low gravity in here. Oh, am I in 0G right now? Give me the dirt. Some fresh dirt. Not much happening down here lately. Let me think. Come to think of it, Tektite saw something crash outside the... Oh, okay. Is anything on fire? That was the Dark Bramble Seed. Probably only a little. Tektite checked out the crash site with only old Firewatch scout launcher and saw smoke, so they headed over to stamp out any leftover fires. Well, better get back to work. Guess where I'm going today? Oh, no. No way. You want to run off to space, that's your business, but don't make me, you know, think about it. Bad enough we got this weird cave down here. I don't see any notes on the walls. I think I'm good to head in. Oh, no, here's some. Oh, is this a probe launcher? It might be a probe launcher. I didn't know this was all in here. 0 of 3 repaired. That's cool. Man, it's funny that I skipped this entire tutorial and just went in and be like, nah, I got this. I know how a gyroscope works. Kind of weird that I'm just like coming back to it all now. Yeah, this is supposed to be a little tutorial. Yeah, I mean, I figured. It's just, I got, you know, very intrigued by the probe in the sky. And, oh, 2 of 3? Follow the sound. Surprised how many people missed this. I mean, it's part of the ship log, so, well, and honestly, what's really going on, the reason I didn't miss this, is because I'm, like, doing productive procrastination, really. Training simulation complete. 50% fuel remaining. Let's see if there's a place to refuel. But that's interesting that also this is the same ore and that, like, aesthetically it also has the connection. Right, anyway, so the point about Honkai Star Rail. The whole thing about, like, dulling one of your senses so that, like, you don't experience fear. In, like, the most recent quest that they've been doing, they're, like, bringing back this enemy that's, like, been talked about in lore called the Borisin, and there's this whole thing where it's, like, the Borisin, emit a pheromone that causes fear. And so, like, you need to, like, take a, like, special pill that, like, numbs you to it. Some characters bring up the idea of just, like, using nose plugs, which, like, isn't entirely how pheromones, or I'm not sure that's exactly how pheromones work, but, like, you know, just the idea of, like, blocking one of your senses, or, I mean, and actually, come to think of it, not even gacha games, like, that idea literally goes back to, nicely done. Of course, it'll be just a little more stressful when you're hurtling through space, but just remember your training and try not to hit anything big. Launch codes from the observatory and get out of here already. Best of luck out there. Oh, and try to avoid getting yourself killed, and then I've put so much time into training. Got it? Yeah. Wonder if I can bring an extra spacesuit on board, or if it'll even let me. Yeah, the ghost matter. But the idea of using your senses to, like, avoid danger, or blocking your senses to avoid danger, is something that even goes back to, like, the myth of, you know, Medusa and the Gorgons. Where, you know, Perseus, or I think it was Perseus, had to, you know, use a mirror, or, like, was it a blindfold or a mirror? Anyway, point is, the idea of, so just, like, it's interesting, the whole, like, turning off your senses to try to get over fear. That's a concept worth exploring in, like, larger detail, actually. Anyway, I'm gonna go write this down, actually. You've given me a lot to think about. Thank you for stopping by, Krug. I'm gonna call the stream, but I don't have an ending screen, by the way. I just never really bothered to set it up. I mean, I did at one point, but I decided to kind of, like, redo some of my aesthetics. I started out as, like, doing, like, the PNG tuber thing. Like, it was okay. But I decided that I just, you know, there's sort of an adage that, like, if you can do something without VTubing, then do it without VTubing, and there's no reason why I have to put my face on a stream. Because, you know, I don't want to have to, like, do stage makeup or anything, and I'm kind of just at a point where that's where I would want to do to look good on camera, but at the same time I want to do, like, you know, just, like, playing video games and yapping as soon as I wake up, which is basically what I'm doing. Anyway, I do try to stream Outer Wilds on Thursdays. You know, same time every week, which was about an hour and a half ago, whatever time that was locally for you. Favorite content, yapping and playing video games. I'm glad. I hope you stick around, Krug. Yeah. I'm trying to do Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday. At least for me, I don't know where in the world people are, but at least for like most of the Anglosphere, right? It'll be during daytime hours for them. So like I'm in the Americas, so it's morning for me. I mean, I said this at the beginning of stream. It's 9:30 for me now. I'm on Mountain Time. So like Denver, Colorado time. You know, you can standardize it to that. Yeah, on Tuesday, I think even on Sunday as well, I'm actually going to be playing Cloudpunk again. Just because it's so relaxing. Oh, also the cycle's about to end. So I will go out in a blaze of glory and then call the stream. But yeah, so Cloudpunk, this, I might add in Ultra Kill, even though that's certainly less chill. Yeah, I do like it when the timing is, you know, good. Oh, you know what? I could assemble, I actually still have, like, a metal model. Could try a hand cam. That would be a good way to try hand cam. And the joke would be no glue. Gluefoot, no glue challenge. Because I have some metal. Wait, I have 3? Well, I guess I only ever assembled the one that I didn't like. But yeah, I have some metal model kits, actually, of like an X-Wing, a TIE Fighter, and the Millennium Falcon. Ooh, okay, content ID. Yeah, I'm gonna need to get some fine, some like pliers, some tweezers to make that happen. Because I've assembled one of them. Also, I have an idea to like clean off like my Lego set so I can disassemble them and just put them into storage. Because it's like I have a lot of Lego sets around, but they're kind of getting in the way of me like remodeling my computer room. So I need to take care of that. But they have some of the, like, very clingy dust. It's getting kind of loud. There we go. But yeah, I mean, my goal is just to be, you know, kind of comfortable, but also, my hope is to get back into, or not, I say my hope as if I don't have much control over it. I do. Is to do stuff with like buckshot roulette as well. I've played a lot of buckshot roulette, maybe like 10-20 hours, which feels like a lot. But I want to make videos on that, and then as well like program a bot to play it, because that's a good way to kind of like demonstrate some reinforcement learning concepts. Reinforcement learning being kind of like a subsection of AI that oh, also one time, fun fact, I did follow the probe like all the way to just like the whole time, and I actually got the achievement to like get all of the instruments playing at once, which was really cool. I did that very early on. Yeah, but my goal is to just kind of like be comfortable. Mostly, this is honestly mostly an exercise in improv and cold reads for me. Like just, you know, trying to read dialogue cold. Oh, Ace Attorney. That's another game I want to do. Yeah, but thank you for coming by, Krug, and anyone else who might be watching. If you are watching a playback of this on VOD, video on demand, thank you for watching that as well. Feel free to check out some of my other content. Granted, some of it is cringe. I don't really care. I enjoyed making all of it. So, you know, you can rest assured that this is, no Gluefoots were harmed in the making of my videos. Except for the beginning of this stream, where I was most certainly emotionally harmed, and the character was very much harmed by being swallowed by an anglerfish. Yeah, so I will see you later.